Boy, are we angry. Are we absolutely furious? Are we madder than anything? Do you know what we're angry about? This is what we are angry about. We feel that in this country, that we, the American people, are being ripped off. Now, here's what's going on. The American public is being nickeled and dimed. It's very hard for me to get this angry. Nickeled, I'm going to try. Nickeled and dimed to the tunes of tens of millions of dollars every year. How, I ask you, my brothers, how? Through consumer rip-offs. Okay, enough of that. There's a... Only job is to get an audience, right? Keep the audience. There's a $250 million industry in this country that is actually preying on the unemployed, and that's not funny, and taking money that they don't have. Now, we're going to find out more about that later on in the show, but first, I want to meet a replacement for this talk show. I want you to meet Dick DeBartolo. I hope Dick is a better actor than I am. Dick is actually a consumer reporter, and he is a writer for my favorite magazine, Mad Magazine. Dick, what do you have for us today?
We're going to do some mail order ripoff. You said people were being nickel and dimed to death. You missed by a lot. People in this category are being ripped out of $5, $10, and $20 at a clip. So we're going to look at some ads, and then we're going to see what you get when you send your money.
These are real?
These are real. Let's put one up. These are real ads. We'll look at one over here. Country Organizer.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah. With tax and shipping to New York City, it was about $8.50. And it says that you can end clutter in your living room, you use plans, put mugs on it. All right, you see the ad? Let's cut back here, and now let's take a look at Country Organizer. Ta-da! Well, wait, Sally, we haven't decorated it. Let's put our mugs up here. And it's good for mail, except you have to take your mail. And like that, and then your mail fits.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
$8.40. Okay, let's go to ad number 2 and see what we have here. Okay, the train set. Now, this is badly written copy. With tax and shipping, it's about $8.50. It's the 32-piece train set.
32 pieces?
32-piece, okay? Your 32-piece train set. Now, again, if they were more honest in the copy, you might think for a kid, it's a little AA battery-operated set. But I only counted 16 pieces.
Wait a minute.
Wait, I know, but wait.
No, let's get our director. Hold that up to the camera just a little bit, you know, because what we saw looked like a wonderful metal train, and this looks like, you know.
Plastic.
Yeah, the romper room
But
thing.
as I said, it's only about 16 pieces, and I wondered where the other 16 was. Well, I didn't look in the box, because there's the other 16 pieces.
What is that?
1, 2, 3, yes, cardboard cutouts.
Oh.
Okay, that's your, and this ad is running a lot now because it's a Christmas item. All right, moving on to, oh, this is one of my favorites, the Miracle Activator card. You send in that card, and I sent in $19, and they promise you a string of miracles. The first miracle, absolutely guaranteed, is that chest of jewels, diamonds, sapphires, rubies. Got that chest of jewels in your memory there? Now let's go to the chest of jewels. Now, ta-dan, 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 ta-dan. I don't know how much of a magnifier you have on this lens, but...
Okay, we can see it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Well, wait, maybe you can see the claw.
Kit Carson, our director, is doing a real good job. What is that, though? No, move your forefinger just a little bit. It's hard for us to see the...
Can you see the jewels?
You can't see them, huh?
No, it is...
They're too small. Can you put them out on the table there? Take them off the little cloth there and stick those big
oh,
gems. There you go. Out on the...
They are little specks of glass. I actually, there were a couple more, but last time I opened my miracle, part of my miracle got lost. Okay, let's see. Our next item here is, the decorator mirror set. Now, I can't read the copy from there, but it says stuff like, brighten the corner of every room, add an accent to your office, along that line. So, Sally, these might be for your new house.
Yeah.
You know, it's a huge house, so you probably need something to brighten up a corner. So the mirror set would be ideal, wouldn't it? Like, this is like, you could brighten the corner of a dollhouse. And they are about $10 with shipping. I've seen these in the 5 and 10 for about $2 each, so why bother? Okay, let's see our next mail order item. Oh, the copper bottom pots. It's $12.95, and with shipping it's about $20. This is advertised another way. You get the ad, and it says $120, and they send you like a $100 check. So it's advertised both ways. You can only apply the check to the pots. So let's take a look at your copper bottom pot set here. Okay, now
you see, I would have sent for that because I love
Well,
copper.
I'll show you. They are, okay, copper bottom pots. Handles are only put in with one screw. Can you see this? This is not too good. But you know what? They tell you that they're easy to clean and good to cook. They leave out the most important thing, Sally. If you're going on vacation and you want to take pots with you, you could... I know, you see, I was making an omelet and someone said, fold it, and I
don't believe, Dick, who buys this stuff? I mean,
well,
I can see that I might, but...
Millions of people. You're right. This ad looks particularly good. So you have no way of knowing the quality. The other ads, a big drawback is ads that don't show dimensions. They leave it up to your imagination to think, what am I getting here?
In other words, the mirror ad didn't give you the size of the mirror?
No size.
Isn't that illegal?
No, because it should be you to realize if there's no size that this could be tiny. Now, I've seen that ad another time with the dimensions, so there evidently have been some complaints about that.
Some complaints.
Right.
By and large, do we complain when something like this happens?
No, not enough. You know, the Better Business Bureau, who I work with closely, said that the only time they start investigating mail order ripoff is when people write in. And most people, you know, mail order items tend to be $20 and under. So I think most people get the item and they go, well, I lost $10, I won't complain. But they should complain.
Okay, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we've got several things. We're going to talk to you about a food processor, a mixer, some luggage, a piano, a sewing machine. We're going into the big stuff. And then, something very, very important, we're going to meet a gentleman who's a consumer advocate and talks to us about those ads for employment. You know, you can get a job or you can work overseas. Stay with us. Joining us now is Stuart Rado, and Stuart is a consumer advocate, and he's going to tell us a little bit about how the unemployed become prey for some pretty big businesses. Meanwhile, we're talking about mail order ripoffs.
Yes, and I just wanted to say that I'm one of the ones who fell victim also, and I sent for some perfume, and it was their thing of Emerald perfume, and they were sending out little diamond chips. And what I did is I kept the little ring, and I wore it, never to forget again, that I would never do it again.
You were that dumb. That's not... But you know what? I have, too. And I was thinking about this today. I don't know anybody who would be honest who hasn't fallen prey to one of these things. I've fallen prey to two of them, by the way.
I've fallen prey for thousands of dollars over the years, and my husband really got to me, but now I've really kept the ring on, and I said I'll never do it again.
Good for you. Good for you.
Our family isn't too bright. We keep on getting caught in the time-sharing thing. Once because we were promised a computer, the second time because we were promised a trip to Bermuda. The catch was the computer was no longer being made, no software was available, No hardware was available for it. The trip to Bermuda was in one of their timeshare places, and airfare was about 4 times as much as the trip could possibly be worth. How do you protect yourself from these kind of rip-offs?
Well, those are the kind of things where you can check with the Consumer Affairs Department before you answer a card. You can check with the Better Business Bureau. They have a long list of these leisure time clubs where you pay $89 to join and you get a free vacation. And the trick there is your membership is 1 year long. You call every week for 1 year, and they're sorry, but they have no reservations available for this weekend. They just weigh you down. So check before you send the money.
My ripoff was a travel thing, too, where you got an airplane ticket to Hawaii for something like $12, and then you had to stay in their hotel, and the company folded when we tried.
There's also one where the airfare to Hawaii is $39, but they don't tell you in the ad the land portion is $1,200.
Aha.
You know, this thing is going on for millions and millions of years, it seems like. It's just these products every so often crop up on TV. The most amazing thing to me is how nobody can seem to get a hold of those right laws to knock it out of the ballpark. I don't understand how. I mean, it seems like it'll just, you know, as soon as you catch up with you guys, 10 others start up selling all this junk again. And people are losing millions of dollars.
That's the problem. Often the 10 guys that are starting up are the same 10 guys who closed down. There's one company that's come back under 7 names. So the laws have to be tougher.
Okay, I promised you some more important consumer research stuff. Let's start, Dick, with towels. Is there somebody who's selling towels?
Yes, we have. This is if you want to go into business yourself. They'll ship you 40 brand new towels for $1.75. Now, this is where they play a trick with your mind. They say add 50 cents for shipping. That doesn't begin to cover the cost of shipping because towels are very heavy. Well, they're not that heavy because these are your 40 towels. Okay? The food processor is called Kitchen Wizard. This ad, the Better Business Bureau has now, this ad will be changed. Kitchen Wizard has gone up $2, but it says Kitchen Wizard can do anything these knives and $300 food processors do. So you're led to think mentally you're getting a machine. This, folks, is the Kitchen Wizard. All right, and you'll be glad to know that the new ad will not show the food processor, but Kitchen Wizard will be $9.
In other words, they showed you an ad of one product and they sent you a completely different
Yes,
one.
but you see, they get around it because they didn't specifically say in the ad it looks like this. It says it'll replace these things.
You write for Mad Magazine. How about
ma'am.
the magazine? Do they still accept all of these advertisements for all of this stuff that isn't the right thing?
No, Mad does not accept advertising.
Well, he's off the hook. It's one of those rare magazines. That and Consumer Report, they do not.
That's right. No, Mad does not accept ads.
Well, but her question is a valid one. When you read these, does the magazine have any, I mean, why don't they turn down ads for things like
Well,
this?
Stuart had a great answer to that, Stuart. Why don't we were talking earlier.
Well, the one reason is it's the good faith doctrine. Most newspapers and magazines accept ads on good faith and don't pull them unless either the Better Business Bureau has a problem or unless some charges have been filed or they receive a lot of complaints. And most people don't think to complain to the newspapers. You see an ad in the Wall Street Journal, you think it's got to be legitimate. It's the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times.
Okay, since we have gotten to Stuart, tell me something about these ads that are for employment, because I think that's the saddest of all the ads.
Why don't we take a look real quickly at, just sort of run through them, the ads on so the viewers can see it. We've got some typical ads of some of these companies that, here's one, job hunting. You're going to get a 40% increase in starting salary. This company's still in business, and at one time their ad used to read, 3 U.S. presidents endorsed our amazing results.
Wow.
Needless to say, it didn't. Moving on to the next ad, you see here, changing jobs and careers. This company is no longer in existence. They did $15 million worth of business each year in the recent years at $2,500 to $3,500 a crack. Here's another one, a new job without risking your old one. Most people don't want their boss to find out they're looking for a new job. I think we've got one more. Perhaps. Do we have one more ad?
Yeah, there we go.
Here's one. This company is in the Midwest, and they say they're going to do all the work for you. And I have sort of what I call my warning signs against these particular companies to know if you're about to be ripped off. If they say in the sales pitch, we have a 95% success rate. We're highly selective in accepting our clients. We have access to the hidden or unpublished job market. And it breaks down to 3 categories. You have your job list firms, which is your blue-collar worker. This is $85. You pay for a list, and they say, if you don't get a job in 6 weeks, come on back, we'll give you your money. Of course, in 6 weeks, it's 4 walls and a rug. The other, the overseas companies, they charge between $300 and $400. These companies charge between $2,500 and $25,000 for access to the hidden job market. They have no more access to the hidden job market than a bag lady on Main Street.
And they charge $25,000 as much as... Now, you were ripped off by one of them.
I paid $3,500 to a firm. I fought back. I closed the whole company down. They wouldn't give me my money back. I said, fine, I'll close you down. And they laughed in my face. 60 minutes to the story, a month later they were closed. What I'm asking people to do is, if you have paid either several hundred or several $1,000s to one of these advanced fee career marketing corporate private outplacement companies, send me a stamped self-addressed envelope, and I'll send you a checklist on how to fight back, explaining how to complain, who to complain to, exactly what you're going to need to do, because one-on-one, they got you. You can't fight a multi-million-dollar company.
Okay, so you don't want to hear from us who want jobs. You want to hear if we've been ripped off by one of the job mills, as you call them. We write to you, and you'll put us in touch with what to do in order to make you
send me a stamped self-addressed envelope, and you will receive a checklist of what to do, and I'll work with you. Because one-on-one you lose, but organized, we can beat these companies. If I can close down a company that made $4 million a year, I think we can work together and close down a few others.
When we return, mighty mixer and luggage sets and pianos and sewing machines. Coming up.
I bought the towels, and I only paid $1 for them. So therefore, I thought that I really probably hadn't done too badly because I used them for dishcloths.
Oh, okay. Well, that's...
No, but I don't think that's the point about the whole thing is, when you think about it, it's hundreds and thousands of people all do the same thing. I thought I was really going to get terry cloth towels.
Of course. It says, you know, the copy says brand new. It doesn't say it's kind of paper towel-ish.
Well, that's what I think. I think sometimes it's not exactly what they send us. It's what our expectations are and what we're built up to do. And we think that that's going to be a huge mirrors or it's going to fill the whole corner and all that. We're almost getting our value with the postage and everything. But we just expect always that we're going to get hundreds of dollars more than we order. And that's why we're duped into it.
That's true. Lots of times in the 5 and 10 you can do far better.
What about the sewing machine? Let's see the sewing machine.
Okay, we just have to see. The worst kind of mail order fraud is when you just get a postcard. It says here that you have been selected for a sewing machine. All they need is $12.87 for insured and loaded delivery to your home. Okay? $12.87 for a sewing machine, a bargain. Let's look at the sewing machine. Just put the sewing machine up here and just take out the sewing machine.
Well,
there is
not worth 12. Question.
Yeah, I just want to say that I think that if there's advertisements going to be put in the newspaper, I think the newspaper or the magazine should be responsible for that advertisement.
I agree with her, and I can't understand why they're not responsible.
I think we should have some recourse other than the consumers. You write to them, you phone them, and you get nowhere.
No, what, Better Business Bureau? God, I've had good luck with them. The problem with these companies is that they usually take 3 months to even send you the item, so you figure if I mail it back, it's going to be another 3 months before I get a refund, so you just give up.
I find that these telephone solicitations that we keep getting all week long it's impossible, and as soon as I hear them with their spiel, I just tell them that I will not accept telephone solicitations, but they're impossible. They're off. They're having calls almost every day on storm windows, on...
Yeah, but a lot of those are legitimate, aren't they?
Some.
And anyone that asks you a credit card number over the phone, I would hang up immediately. You want a contest, but to verify your address, give us one of your major credit card numbers.
Anytime I get one of those calls, and the minute they say, we are so-and-so, I say, who did you say? And they'll tell me again. And I'll say, what company do you represent? And they'll tell me again. And I'll say, I'm sorry, I don't know you, and I hang up.
Oh, good.
But we're going to put up up on the screen, by the way, Stuart's address, for those of you who have been ripped off by the employment thing.
The public seems to be geared to that, to the shop-at-home service. You have television shows constantly that are advertising all these fabulous things, and people are ordering them by the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Well, that's a good question.
Retailers are also having a shop-at-home service, and the merchandise leaves quite a bit to be desired.
Well, let me ask you about that. Have you, these shopping networks where they offer merchandise, have you had a lot of complaints about those?
I have not. I'm doing a local show called Consumer U where we've invited all people who did shopping. And from the telephone interviews I've done, half of them are very satisfied with the merchandise.
Yeah,
If they live out of the city. People who live in big cities can really bargain shop.
So we're not saying all phone orders and all advertising. I want to thank Dick and Stuart and give my love to the guys at Mad Magazine. And what do we say here in America? Let the buyer beware. Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you.
Some members of our audience will receive, and a promotional fee has been provided by...
Coming up today at 5 on Eyewitness News, a full report on new revelations about Jessica Hahn, the woman responsible for the downfall of the Reverend Jim Baker, plus a recipe from Mr. Food for delicious praline squares. That's today at 5 on Eyewitness News here on Channel 7.